Ping noise, that's good.
Radio Ping, the Spin-Loft show. What you got there, Dan, in your hand of tests?
I've got the new Ping G410 PLUS driver. And I spy a sliding weight.
You do.
Now, I don't know what to think of that, so we're going to review this club, because I was actually, before this club arrived in my office, I was on the brink of doing a video saying why Ping don't put sliding weights on their club, and they've gone and done that.
Done it.
Let's see how they've done it. G410 PLUS. Let's get stuck in. So it's changed. We'll look at the tech and what Ping say in a second, but there is no dragonfly on the outside of that. I think it's gone the inside. What loft do you set up, Daniel son?
So we've set it as standard. We've got the 9-degree head with us today.
Yeah. Shaft wise?
Shaft wise, what have we got in here? That is a 65 gram stiff flex Tor. That's a Tor.
Yeah.
Ping Tor.
Yeah.
They do it, don't they, every time, I think.
What? Look at the. There are other shafts. We didn't get
there?
other shafts, but I put that one in because look at the colour of it.
It's funky, isn't it?
Looks almost like a steel.
Yeah, silver steel.
So 410 with a sliding weight.
Definitely not steel, by the way.
It's definitely not steel. Initial sound and feel?
Initial sound. First shot was a little bit toey, felt a bit twisty on me.
Yeah.
But the second shot, that was right out the centre, and that felt and sounded really, really quite nice.
So before we show you numbers, I'm going to try and get out on the course with it. Dan can't today because he's busy. Let's see what Ping have got to say about this new driver. So the Ping G410 PLUS sliding weight at the back gives you 3 positions. This is a 16 gram weight that you can hit in the neutral, in the fade, or in the draw bias. We'll test this at the end of the video. More efficient turbulators on the Plus, the 410 PLUS. They certainly look a little bigger, a bit more teethy. Dragonfly technology is still on this club, so the funny pattern that you see, but it's now on the inside. So the top of the club is much cleaner, apart from obviously the turbulators and a few other visible ridges. Ping's T9S forged face, giving you thinner, hotter faces is what Ping is saying with this club as well. And we also get the changeable neck, giving you a little bit of dial-in ability on this club. I think it moves it 1.5 degree up or down, so around 3 degrees of movable lofts, and it moves it into a flatter position but doesn't move it into a more upright position. So Dragonfly is on the inside. That kind of makes sense, because if they had any consumer... I mean, I liked the Dragonfly, but if anyone was saying they didn't like it, they've now hidden it on the... I mean, the inside or the outside makes no difference apart from delivering visible tech. We do still see the turbulator teeth.
Yeah, they're deep again, aren't they?
They're nice and big for the aerodynamics. Yeah. We get the sliding weight, the dial-in, 16 grams of it. Again, Ping just kind of maxing out, which they tend to do when they do it. I love the way Ping don't rush into stuff. Like, people have been sliding weights for years and they don't. They just wait until they want to get it right.
Difference between, let's say, the other guys that have done sliding weights. So let's say Callaway. Callaway, you can manoeuvre it all the way around in different positions right the way across, so that you can control that yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas Ping have given you some little screw holes here where you must put that weight.
Well, I was just about to say that. Is that where you put your headphones?
Yeah. Well, not the new ones, because they don't fit into
the new iPlayer. All right, so it doesn't step.
You can't
go
step
full
it. You go bang, bang,
or full whammy.
And they're what they're saying, 10 yards either side. So we've got 20 yards between that port and that port from manoeuvrability wise.
But do you also know why they do that? If you think about it, think about why they go full whammy to full whammy. It was on a slide I showed you.
To do what? To do with the CG points?
Well, you saw how small
it's tiny.
The CG moves. So what Ping are actually saying, if you're moving the weight a tiny amount on their driver, and they would never say this, but I'm going to say it, not for them, for me, they're kind of saying moving it to smaller weight amounts that maybe others do, it just doesn't do anything. If you're going to do this, do it properly. Yeah. There's certain companies that I look at, and Ping is always one of them, that when they do something, it's because it's how it should be done. Yeah. It's not about the marketing, it's not about the message, it's not about the buzzword. They're saying by not giving you steps, if you want to actually affect it, which is the point of doing it, you're going to have to whack a 16 gram weight all the way around there. Do you feel that?
Yeah, well, interestingly, before I started doing a lot of these reviews, and I would probably be very similar to the guys down the lens, you know, when I saw these moving ports and things like that, I thought the CG, the weight was being shifted right out here and right here. And it's only until you sort of get more involved and you start to see just that tiny amount of movement. I mean, you're talking, if it's moving from there, it's literally moving like a few mil either side of that centre
Well, you've seen
point.
our strike test.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if people have seen it or the video's even gone up yet, but moving strike millimetres on this face makes you say, that felt great, well, I didn't get hold of that one.
Yeah, it is amazing.
It's not, I agree what people think. They think it's like the CG's going from here, and because the weight moves to the back, it's being moved back here. To be honest with you, and this is the sad truth, and often why I don't get on that great with companies, is the people that I have to meet who market these clubs for companies, they believe that as well. Because I've had conversations with them, and they say, I just think, it's not how it works, but it's a bit, I can't tell them that, because then it all gets a bit TM-y, do you know what I mean? It gets a bit bitter. Sorry, guys.
They fell asleep in the brief.
Yeah. What do you think of the look then, Dan? How are you feeling the look compared to other Pings? Were you a Dragonfly fan?
Not really, if I'm honest. I do like a cleaner top when I look down at the drivers. But having said that, I do love the feel off the face, and I think that feel is starting to over. Yeah, well, it's probably the sound as well, but I think that feel is overriding the look, so I can almost accept the look. Yeah. Because it's such a nice feel off the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
So first impressions.
I like Dragonfly because I'm not afraid of a club looking a bit jazzy.
Yeah.
I like it. It's Ping, isn't it?
It's very Ping, isn't it?
You know, it's what we want to do.
Yeah, nice matte finish.
You have what we want. Yeah. I could easily game that. I just like it. I like it. I did like Dragonfly though, I must admit that. This shaft looks fantastic going into the neck. And one thing they do brilliantly, well, it's interesting that they only flatten the neck, they don't upright it. And look how discreet their neck is, the most very discreet quiet, changeable neck in all of golf.
Yeah. The other thing, and I don't know if this is something that they've done on purpose, to try and take the confusion out of a lot of players' minds when it comes to that neck. You've got your 0 and you've got your standard here, and you've got your little plus and then your bigger plus and then your minus. But inside, so if I turn it right the way around, it's blank there. But inside, when you unscrew it and then look at the actual hosel itself, or the neck that goes into the screw here, it's all got it internally. So whether that's just to sort of take the confusion out of people's minds from looking at it from the outside, and well, to keep it quiet, absolutely right.
Which I like.
I like that as well.
Sits really square, which I like.
Yeah.
It is a good sound, isn't it? I mean, it's not the quietest, but I like the sound of that. So I took it out on the golf course. Let's go out and see how I got on with it on a few holes. Right, I've managed to persuade Dan out.
Yeah, I've come out.
Yeah,
it's a Saturday morning golf.
It's actually a different day. So anyone who's watching, it's a different day. That's how I've managed to get him out, basically. So on course testing, let's see how it goes. Let's hit one down there. Normal procedure, fairway ball and longest ball, 2 shots each.
Okay.
Little competition, eh?
Why not? We're good at those, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice heely one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice and a little bit lower and a little bit heely.
On the fairway.
But look at it, it just went, didn't it?
Yeah, for a misstruck shot, I thought that did pretty good.
Slightly there, look. Yeah. It's probably about there, I think, that struck.
Yeah,
so yeah, that was a good flight.
It's as good a sound as any, isn't it? It's that little bit pingier.
Yeah, I think it's a solid sound outside.
I do always love the matte black finish. So I'm just trying to hit a little draw, which I haven't been doing recently. So
just been working on that.
The fairway doesn't feel as natural now. Oh, we didn't get all of that. I've cut it slightly on strike. Two missed fairways for me, but let's get down to some. The first one I hit better, I'll be interested to see where that's gone.
Okay.
So that's my Healy cut. I reckon that's hitting that tree. If it isn't, it's quite weak, but it was weakly struck. The rest are over here. Let's show you these ones. So there's my better one. I just drew it around this bunker, so it didn't hit fairway, but happy with the distance. There's Dan's first and second. He ripped that one.
That one I hit really well, yeah.
That was the toey one.
This was the lowy kind of...
And that was his Healy cut. So I'm happy with where that's kind of going. I just got to work harder in my direction, but you've hit two very good drives there.
Take those.
Right, we're now going to go round the corner like we did on this one before, Dan. Two shots, round the corner, fairway and longest gets a point. You're one up at the minute.
Longer,
you got the longest down. Did you hit the fairway on the last? You did with one of them.
One of them. My second one. My longer one, yeah.
So you got to go round the corner, longest and furthest. So we're going for distance and we're going for a little bit of shaping. Okay. Set in neutral.
Yes.
We're doing the shaping as you saw.
Yeah.
Or you will see from the inside stuff. We will test that draw bias later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got about 5 yards of draw. It's down the middle, so it's going into this area here. So not his most violent shape. Again, slightly heel side strike.
No, I would say I got that a little bit. I would say I've got it about here there. So I think that was a toey one,
but lower.
But slightly lower.
Okay. Good opening shot.
Okay, go again.
Yeah, definitely makes that ping noise, doesn't it?
You know, I said it earlier, but I think even though again this is a bit intrusive in my life, those ridges.
Yeah.
But I think the sound and the feel of it, even out here, just completely overrides that. So
okay.
I'm now almost not even looking at that.
Yeah, like that. That's just a straight block. So you didn't shape that as well. But what was interesting in another video we did with this, which was with the Epic Sub,
yeah,
which I would argue could be harder to shape the way we were doing, you were more successful.
Yeah, that was harder for me to shape.
Yeah, but I personally think that's just, well, let's see what I do, but again, I just think the player just overrides, doesn't it? I would go as far to say at the moment I feel like I'm enjoying the looks of the older one more.
Okay.
If I had to choose. That's the beauty often with this stuff as well. People always, I like the old to new compares. If you can't get the old custom fit anymore, because at some point obviously they run out of infantry.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
You know, obviously on crossover periods you get both and you get the best of both worlds, but you start seeing these ones jobbed out for less, you know, the older versions, and often that's not the way with Ping, but with other manufacturers. But if you're not getting them custom fit, again, it's up to you to decide, is it cost or is it fitting what's more valuable for you? And I'm not saying you choose, you know, you got to decide that, because £1 can feel mega expensive to another person who can't afford £1. It's relative, isn't it? But you got to be, you know, I would, if I can get the old one custom fit, I probably would stay with that, just because I quite like Dragonfly on the outside. But it wouldn't stop me getting this one if that was the case, you couldn't get it.
Yeah. Almost the same as my first shot, would you say?
I'm arguing that's maybe a yard left of yours, but I don't know.
It was a good shot, good strike.
Right. I'm going to have to shape it more.
Yeah, that's where I started blocking it, when I started to get the shape. Trying to shape it.
I'm just not very drawy at the moment. My golf is not drawy. So I just got to keep reminding myself that I've got to work harder, because it's further away than my standard drive at the moment.
Yeah. That was better.
Has to be a winner, that.
That was nice.
Even if that doesn't hit the fairway, I'm
no,
really
I think that's good.
I just think Ping drivers are so easy to hit and do. I could do whatever I want with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Impressive.
As well.
Whose is the yard left? There are two.
Oh, you've hit the rake.
No, I haven't hit any rake, you cheeky sod. It's a yard left, isn't it? Is that my one?
Let me get in and have a little look. Oh, you've done me like on distance.
And direction. So that's a win, because your other's over there on the, so his other's on the slope there. So where's my one I was really happy with?
It was a good hit.
And there is arguably the winning ball. Now,
yeah, that is.
We did say it had to be fairway, and this would be fairway. They've just, this hole is changing, and at the moment they've not cut it. It's a weird cut at the minute.
Well,
It's cut for the old boys, isn't it?
Well,
This
yeah, and
has
it's
to
been
be
trapped.
fairway.
It is fairway. It is classed, as it stands at the moment, as the head professional at Torquay Golf Club, this is classed as fairway. So well done.
I like the sound of it out there and in there because there is a different acoustics. You know, it's kind of where I want a Ping driver to sound. And I think it's interesting that you do want certain companies' drivers to sound a different way, and that's where companies can never win every customer. Does that make sense? Because
of course, yeah.
if someone has a different opinion of what they want their Callaway to sound like, then when Callaway bring out the one that I like the sound of, they don't like that. So that's not right or wrong. That's one of the things I love about the reviews, when people get a bit confused about which club is better than another club.
And interestingly, when I talk to my golfers here, so the members of the club, you know, a lot of them like the sound of that really loud, noisy driver. They love that. But when I've had my conversations with, let's say, the Titleist guys, when they came to bring out the new TS range this year, the tour influence, so from players from on tour, they wanted a quieter sound.
Yeah, they often will, yeah.
So they've changed the acoustics in that particular one to and surely Ping will be the same.
Yeah.
As soon as their tour players sort of start talking to them about the sounds and things like that, they'll start to change that in their drivers that they put out into the mass market.
Yeah, it's true, but the thing I notice when I go on tour ranges is that really when you've got a player that you're supporting, like a tour player, so Liam was telling me he put cotton wool in the back of one head.
Oh, really?
A tiny bit of cotton wool, and it just changed the acoustic of it completely, and the player was like, oh yeah, I love that.
Cotton wool, so how is he getting that in there?
You got little holes in the back of it that you can open up and put some in, yeah. Literally tiny amount, he said.
People will be trying that at home.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Get your cotton wool out.
But it is interesting. I mean, I had a Ping head that Liam, I had a Titleist head that Liam did something with, put a little bit of hot melt in it. Remember that one? It completely changed the sound of it.
A little bit of rat glue?
Yeah.
Rat glue? Yeah.
That's right, rat glue in the back. Completely changed the sound of it. It's interesting. I'm hitting all over on the face on this one, so we're going to get some interesting numbers. One more then down, and then we'll look at the numbers. It feels good off the face. I like the sound. Do love the look. Not sure the top. I get why Dragon's Rise on the inside. I quite liked it on the outside, but it wouldn't make any difference in my buying premise.
Yeah.
Sound is good. I'll show you the numbers after this shot, and we're also then at the end of the video we're just going to whack it into the draw setting. I'm not going to whack it into the fade because it'll be equal to draw to fade, and most people are going to be wanting to know what draw on a club actually means, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Average hit, not a bad number. Let's look at these numbers. So there's both groups of shots there, look. Dispersion's not bad, is it?
It's alright for us, isn't it?
So short and long tight, left and right tight. Yes. There's all our strikes.
Tidy.
So not bad at all. High toes, and definitely we're kind of centre to high toes is where we're hunting.
Yeah.
Because centre of gravity, did you know this? Centre of gravity for most standard consumer clubs is always slightly heel side of the kind of middle of the club.
Is that because the your average player?
I think it's a little bit of that, yeah.
A little bit that needs a bit of help because they tend to lose it right, so moving it off to the right hand side.
I think every player doesn't mind that 1 point or 0.2% of helping with any kind of face moving more left as it comes down kind of ideas. So I hit a few more shots than you because I was just having fun really and chatting a bit more. Your ball speed was 150, my ball speed was 148, so similar.
Yeah.
You spun at 250, I spun at 2.3.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. And you averaged 257, I averaged 257. My longest hit was 266, your longest hit was 265. You peaked height 38, I peaked height 39. We both launched at 14 degrees. You got to remember this is what I love about Ping, right?
Yeah.
The LS tech, the low spin tech, not changing. There's no LS tech in this range. You know why they've done that?
Go on.
And this is amazing, and you should all love Ping for this, because other companies don't care maybe as much because they can't beat it, they told me.
They can't beat what they've got?
Can't beat it. So they're not just releasing yet the 410 version of the LS Tech because the one that they worked on or obviously didn't beat what they already had out. That's impressive, isn't it? And if you think about this one, the numbers might not beat the numbers of the other club, but I've now got a weight on the back that might sell it to a few more people who do want that changeable weight. You see where I'm going? It's,
great from a fitting point of view.
Yeah, yeah. So the numbers are uber solid and exactly where I'd want them to be. So you're spinning 2.5. Remember the LS Tech is there if you want to spin at 2.2.
Yeah.
And I'm spinning at 2.3 with a 1.9 in there. If I take the 1.9 spin out, so the 1.9 spin, if you look at the strike here, that's my 1.9 spin shot.
That's the red dot in that lot.
Yeah. So it's high toe. And I've got a spin loft of 15 degrees. So that, if you take that one out, my spin goes to 2.4. So for me, a low spin driver is between 1.8 and 2.2, which is the LS Tech, which is there. If you want it, just go and get it or try it, those kind of things. Really good solid numbers from a really good solid club. I don't think I've ever done a Ping review that has been any different to this in the 10 years I've reviewed them. You can't help but love Ping. They're just so honest with what they do. They're just so straight down the line, and it's for the player. It's not for the tagline. There's a distinct difference, I feel, in their ethos as a company, and I love it for one. Right, just a little outro to this video. Let's whack a few. I'm going to whack it in the draw setting. The game is just try and hit your normal shot. Don't do anything. Try not to fight. Just swing like you're blind.
Yeah.
Let's see if the shots change, and let's see if the direction changes, if we override it, and if the strike changes. So Dan's just going to whack it into draw setting. You're not a fan of that, are you? You want a rail to stay in a rail?
Just like, why has that got to fall out? Why can't that sit in there and just be attached and then you slide?
Well, I would like to speak to Paul and Eric and Marty about it, but here's my questioning about it then.
Okay.
Because to keep it in,
yeah,
you would need like a ridge, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Is that going to add more weight?
Of course it is.
You see what I mean? So maybe if you want to make a sliding weight as efficient as possible for the way they design it.
Okay, what would happen if you took the weight out and left it out?
You'd have a lighter club head.
8%.
Yeah.
8% that is, of the weight of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a fitting point of view, I suppose that would just, I can understand what you're saying there with weight, but just to have it being able to sit in there
and never come out
and not come out, I would just.
That's your OCD.
That would just.
What
I found there. Another headphone port. They got ports everywhere.
Yeah, well, you can get 2 sets of headphones in, then both kids can watch in the back.
Yeah.
They watch the G10 film.
So we could do, even if we were travelling on a plane, we could all sit there
with our headphones
in, listening to G410 radio.
Yeah,
FM.
radio Ping. Right, draw setting, blind test as much as you can do it. How good are you at blind test? It's a skill to test blind, believe me. Yeah. So you got to turn off emotions and feel. You just got to try and hit like you just think swing, don't think impact, and look at shape particularly. You whack away. So the purple dots here are going to be the weight in the draw setting. Definitely more toe strike, slightly low. These are Dan's original strikes here. High but toe as well.
I'll have to look at the numbers, but I feel like I'm just getting it a bit heely now.
Okay, should we have a quick look?
Yeah.
So you fight it. Look at it, you're going more right.
Right, yeah.
And you got one heely and the rest on the toe side.
Yeah.
243. So definitely 150 ball speed top. Strike's just not there.
Spin's jumped up a little bit.
Spin's jumped to 2.8 because strike's just all over the place.
Yeah. It doesn't. I know it's obviously where I'm striking it, but it doesn't quite feel right for me.
Yeah, okay,
now.
I'm going to have a whack. Obviously, when you look down, the beauty with this is you don't see anything different. It doesn't turn it in or anything.
No, it does absolutely nothing looking down, does it?
We should do. I've done it before. We should do it with you, where we I can move the weight around, but you're not allowed to look.
Yeah.
See if you can tell which side I put it in. I did it with a Titleist 3 wood, where you could move it out to the heel and toe, you know, with the cartridge. Yeah. And I had to try and say if it was in the middle undertone and heel. It shows you how sensitive you are to it. Not a bad hit, 257.
Feel anything different there?
It's hard not to be. It's hard to be neutral as a tester when you know it's in heel. Yeah. Because I would argue, I reckon, well, I feel I'm quite good at guessing where the centre of gravity is on clubs. I honestly do. I think I can.
You've done enough testing of it now, haven't you?
Guess it. Well, I think I've always been able to guess it to a certain degree. I remember having conversations with people, even as an amateur, and I was able to, you know, I was saying things about a club I felt that someone else would look at me and go, "Why do you feel like you don't feel that?" I do. And then we just fell out and weren't friends again. That's arrow, isn't it?
Is that where you need it?
Yeah, it probably is. I'm a bit cutty. Again, I would guess without looking. I can't see strike data because it's on the other page on the quad in front of me, so I can't see it, and I can't see it on the pad, not on the right screen. Again, I feel heel strike slightly. So that's a better strike. That's a toeier one.
Did you say you felt a little bit of heel strike earlier on?
I felt like I might be the heel side, but that's back where I should have it.
Yeah.
So it didn't pick up. I thought it was wigging out on this shot. Didn't pick that one up. You were 4 shots, weren't you? Yeah. So I'm 254, spinning at 2.3. So I'm getting kind of my correct numbers. Yeah. 256, 250, and then 257. That one felt heel. Yeah. So look at my strike. So there's my last one. Yeah. So my last one, if the centre of gravity where the neutral weight would be, would feel okay to slightly, probably a fraction, middly to heely. Okay. But with the centre of gravity, that last, I'm presuming that last one is, yes, that one.
That's that red one there.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you look at my strikes in the Mark standard hitting, they're much more over in the toe with a couple in the heel. And then if you look, I mean, I could hit more, but if we go to, it's just the 3 strikes selected there.
You did say you felt that's a red spot there we're looking at, but you did feel that it was going more towards the heel. Yeah. Those first few strikes, isn't it?
Because I'm a tracker, like I said before, and many don't realise it, and I think many don't even realise it's a thing. I track the centre of gravity. Because I have a bit of a question, which I want to do some testing with some tour players. I'm going to try and get to Liam and speak to him. So he changes lies, lofts, sometimes a cartridge in the back. Yeah. When I went round in circles with my Titleist changing it, because I changed it into a slightly more draw setting, but I would still, I feel a bit cutty at the moment, so at the moment I, for some reason, want to swing a bit cutty. Yeah. So as soon as I move the weight, I just move strike to find that cut. Like my desire to hit whatever shot is coming at me at the moment just overrided everything. So I often wonder with these weights how much players just go around in circles. So it helps you for like a couple of weeks and then you just override it.
You have a bad day.
Yeah, and then you're just whacking it back. Yeah. And the Titleist driver was the first one I ever played around with it. I just kind of did it as an experiment on myself. Because I've always been with every manufacturer, I want it standard. I want everything to feel like as close to centre, geometric centre of gravity, and I'll just find that spot I know and did as a junior all my life, that high toe, and work my feelings of swing around that. So 16 gram weight, Ping even show us in the bump that they sent me that it's moving it minuscule amounts. I did follow suit, but I reckon I'm a better independent tester than you. You need to learn how to let go.
Yeah, because mine are moving.
Yours were way right. Look, you just went. So you were 1, 2, 3, 4. Take those 3 out. Purple dots. You had 1 left, which is a pull. Didn't shape really. No. Couple straight, and then you were right.
So I'm fighting it. to a degree, aren't I?
Of course you are. You've got more of an internal battle going on, where I am able, always have been, and this is what I always laugh, what I joke and kind of troll people on Twitter a bit about it. I swing a bit of metal with a centre of gravity at a bit of urethane, and then I show you the numbers. It doesn't get any more basic than that. And you know, I don't get excited by 3 yards or 2 yards further, because I know I could just delete 2 numbers on the batch and make it go 2 yards, 4 yards shorter or longer, no matter what story I want to tell. It's, you know, they're all, as long as you get them fit, got to work around your feelings, understanding of what you want, and if you haven't got those understandings, because lots of people will be like, what's he on about? I don't feel any of that. Then you just trust your fitter and go and play with it. It's a good driver. Sliding weight with Ping, I love the fact they never made one. So I'm kind of upset they've made one. I like the fact that I reckon they've made one maybe slightly more delicate and beautiful, and probably as kind of as good as they can make it, which is why it's taken them so long to do it. But I did like the fact that they just went 3 heads. Why put nuts and bolts on? Because that nut, that bolt weighs something, doesn't it? The screw on that weighs something.
Itself, yeah.
So why muck around adding weight when you're constantly trying to save weight? Just fix it and let the players move around it. Could you game it? I absolutely could.
I could game that from a feel point of view. I wouldn't want to game it from a looks point of view, but I think over time, I think the feel off the face would completely override the looks looking at that ball. So yeah, I could game that club, I think.
Post comments down below, is it one you will test or not? What do you think of the sliding weight from Ping? As always in the comments, let me know down below. It's a good solid driver. What else would you expect?